Hi, it's Tiffany Peterson, and I have another sales tip for you here today. I'm going to share with you some specific scripting that can help you engage more individuals to consider enrolling into your business and buying products and services. When it comes to being great in sales, it's really not about being someone that has, as often in the past labeled as the gift of gab, or someone that just can sit and chat and be charismatic. Someone who's great in sales and great in business is someone who's mastered the art of really good questions. Now understand, when you're in a sales experience, there's two things at play. People buy emotionally, but they decide or justify that purchase logically. So you have both. So I'm going to share with you a few sample questions, first-class scripting that folks pay me a lot of money for to do. I'm going to share with you a few questions you can start implementing in your own sales interactions, meetings, conversations for yourself. The intent is that as you're having these conversations and asking these questions, it really comes from a place of authenticity. And it's just a natural, free-flowing conversation where you're in essence thinking about the concept of seeking to understand that prospect's world, understand their pain, their challenges, their dreams, their goals, and you're just simply asking really good questions. So I'm going to give you a few here right now. One of my very favorite questions of all time is this. The question is, what do you want to experience more of? So no matter what you're selling, and in that conversation, you can show up from that space of, what do you want to experience more of in your health, in your finances, your relationships, your business? What do you want to experience more of? And as you ask that question, you can then draw them out even more in that authentic conversation. Things like, well, tell me more about that. And what would that feel like for you if you had that or you achieved that? What would that look like, feel like, be like? As you draw them out, tell me more, or that sounds interesting. I'd like to learn more, understand more of what that's like for you. I then love to ask the question, how long have you thought about achieving that? Or how long has that been an issue for you? I love asking that question. And even though you may not understand all the sales psychology that's packaged into those potent questions, they are pretty dang juicy at helping people be drawn out into what it is that they want, why they want it, and how long have they been thinking about that. I then also love to ask questions that help them connect to, well, is that something you want to create now at this time of your life? How committed are you to seeing that happen? I also love questions that sound like, if you had that in your life, would that make a difference? Or how do you see that making a difference for you if you achieve that, or you had that in your health, finances, relationships, or your business? When we show up and seek to understand and simply master a couple of key, really good questions, you're going to set yourself up for increased amounts of levels of sales success, because you're solely, again, coming from that place of service, seeking to understand. Remember that when you're in a sales conversation, think about anything you ever want to tell a prospect about, how can I ask that same thing in a question, right? Rather than tell someone, ask. Because see, if it comes from their mouth, it's gospel, right? In other words, it's truth, it's fact for them. And if it comes from their mouth, they're bought into following through, doing something about it, versus if I'm simply telling them, or in other words, that comes off as being sold to, of why they should change. Remember, being great in sales has everything to do with what you're asking and not what you're telling.